Hello and good day to you all once again. Aaron here, and in this video we're going to briefly tackle what I call a skills inventory. As I mentioned previously, this is a tool you will build from the ground up that can assist you with crafting your resumes and job searches. But there's another reason why I highly recommend this tool. Yes you, are an awesome person. You might be the biggest opposer to this notion, but it's true. You offer a multitude of desired skills and abilities that some employers are desperate for. However, a lot of people are unaware of this, and thus always discount their own worth on the job market. If you put in the time and due diligence, a skills inventory can clear up your own perspective of yourself and show you just how capable you are. So, what is a skills inventory? Well, it's you. Specifically, it's everything you have to offer in the workforce. Strong emphasis on everything. Now, think of yourself as a warehouse, and that warehouse is bursting at the seams with valuable skills. Some sections contain items that are constantly in circulation, out and about in the world. Others might collect dust from time to time, but are still valued and useful. They just need the right situation. Then there are blacked out sections of the warehouse that contain things that you either lost track of or never even considered them skills in the first place. Alright, so enough with the analogy. Technically, a skills inventory is a comprehensive and expanded list of all experiences, education, and skills. To name off a few specific things you can include, you have certificates, licenses, trainings, relevant classes, programs, software, tools, equipment you've used, skilled hobbies, and volunteer work. Yes, sometimes this can also be a resume. However, where a resume is a document used to pitch yourself to the employers, the skills inventory will be a collection of info about yourself that you can then pull from to build the resume. To further distinguish between the two, the skills inventory in large part is based off of a curriculum vitae, an application document that anyone who works in academia will be familiar with. The curriculum vitae usually covers almost every minute detail in an entire professional life, where a resume just focuses on the highlights. Now, according to Indeed.com, a curriculum vitae is a Latin phrase meaning course of life. Resume is a French word that translates to summary. So just a little factoid there for trivia nights for you. Now, another thing I want to establish here that this document is a living document, just like your resume. This means that it's a document that should frequently be reviewed and added to when necessary. So now let's break down some of these sections and provide guidelines. Work history. Here you want to list every task, accomplishment, and accolade from each of your jobs, even the small stuff. This list can be long, and that's okay. Remember, we're building a warehouse to pull information from. This document is for your eyes and also for any confidence that you trust. Need help finding the right words? You can use onetonline.org. This website contains full job profiles for every listed occupation in the United States. Read through these if you feel like the right words aren't naturally coming to you. Feel free to borrow phrases or lines, just as long as they match the actual truth. It's one way to find more elegant ways to describe your job. It's another thing to outright lie. So real quickly, I want to show you ONET and how you can look occupations up. So first, I'm going to pick the occupation of nursing assistant. And you'll see here it's at the very top. Just so you know, the listings here are for occupational titles, not job titles. Similar jobs can have different names at various employers. So you'll see here at the top, there are also other job titles that can fall under the same occupational category. So something to remain aware of as you use this website. You can see that the occupation is greatly detailed. So there's a good chance you'll find several familiar tasks and equipment for your job. Anyways, it's a great resource and I can't encourage you enough to check it out sometime. Okay, back to the slides. So next we have the education section. This will skew more closely to what your resume's education section will look like, but there's still a chance your overall education is deeper than you think. This can include degrees, certificates, individual classes relevant to your desired career. Just make sure they're not older than 5 years. Workshops, and free online training. Which, by the way, have you ever taken a free Gale course using your EVPL card? Just saying, if you're ever interested, there's the link right there. Anyways, some of these completed educational opportunities might not be up to snuff for a resume, but they are still valuable enough for a mention in an interview or an application where they request additional skills. Finally, let's take a quick look at another section you can add: skilled hobbies and volunteer work. Are you into woodworking? Do you keep meticulous Excel spreadsheets that track all of your plants' progresses? Do you rent property and track your finances? Are you a handyman? These are all things to consider as marketable skills under skilled hobbies. Although some of these might not be on a level professional enough to grace your resume, you can always use them for an interview or even the application when they ask for additional skills, just as I mentioned for the education section. As for volunteer work, look at community groups you're actively a part of. For example, say you're a treasurer or secretary for a local PTA group or a planning committee. Usually you will complete tasks in these roles that many employers will view as desirable. So don't forget to include these in the skills inventory. Additionally, don't forget to write down in your skills inventory anytime you lead a project or team in these groups. And that's a wrap on the skills inventory. Some people will want to jump straight into resumes and job searches without it, and that's okay. It's an optional tool, but one that I feel will benefit those seeking employment for the very first time, or those of us having to seek a new job for the first time in a long while. Now, don't forget to check out EVPL's resources. As I mentioned in the last video, you have both BrainFuse, JobNow, and EVPL Central's own reference services at your disposal. Additionally, if you need help finding the right titles or need technical assistance, you can book a librarian for an appointment for upwards to an hour. You can schedule these through our website at the link shown here, or you can give them a call. Thanks again for taking some time out of your busy schedule to join me today. In the next video, we'll be covering job searches. So take care of yourselves, be safe out there, and I'll see you next time.